My fiancé confessed that he woke up in another woman's apartment. Then she called me and said she was pregnant with his baby. He swears it's a lie, but he can't remember anything from that night. I need a miracle, y'all. Can God possibly fix something so broken?
Timothy didn't text Saturday morning. No good morning, beautiful. No, how'd the grant go? By noon, I called him. Hey. His voice sounded wrong, hollow. You okay? Rough night at Greg's party? Silence. Then, I need to see you. Okay. Your place? 20 minutes. When I arrived, he looked terrible. Dark circles, eyes red. What happened? He sat on his couch, staring at his hands. Timothy, you're scaring me. I messed up. Really bad. My stomach dropped. What do you mean? I woke up this morning at someone's apartment. A woman named Felicia, friend of Greg's girlfriend. He looked up, eyes wide. I don't remember how I got there. The room tilted. What? He had one drink, just to toast Greg. I haven't touched alcohol in months, and it hit me so hard, everything went black. His hand shook. Next thing I know, I'm waking up on her couch. She's in the kitchen making coffee, says I was too drunk to drive home, so she helped me. Just her couch? I asked. That's what she said, but Carolyn, I don't remember. I was fully dressed, nothing felt wrong, but I have no memory of getting there or what happened. I backed away from him. Did you sleep with her? I don't know. His voice broke. She said nothing happened, that she just helped me. But why can't I remember? Why did I black out from one drink? My chest tightened. I'd been home working on a grant while my fiancé woke up in another woman's apartment. You promised. The words barely made it out. We both did. We were waiting together. I know. God, I know. I never should have had that drink. Should have just left when you couldn't come. I'm so sorry. Sorry doesn't fix this. What do you want me to do? I can't change what happened. I can't remember what I don't remember. I grabbed my keys. I'm out. Carolyn, please. I can't breathe in here. I drove. No destination. Just drove until I found myself in the church parking lot. Pastor Kyle's car was there. I knocked on his office door. Carolyn, come in. What's wrong? I told him everything. Timothy's confession, the missing hours, the confusion. What does your gut tell you? He asked gently. That he's telling the truth, that he's devastated. But Pastor Kyle, I waited. I said no. I honored God, and I couldn't finish. Even if nothing happened, there are consequences. That's what I'm afraid of, I whispered. 6 months earlier, Timothy and I sat in Pastor Kyle's office for premarital counseling. So you're both committed to sexual purity until marriage? Pastor Kyle asked. We nodded. That's not always easy, especially for couples who've been sexually active in previous relationships, Pastor Kyle said. Timothy reached for my hand. We both have regrets from before. We want to do this right. What boundaries have you set? No sleepovers, even if we're just watching a movie. Public dates mostly, and we're honest with each other when we're struggling. That's mature. Pastor Kyle smiled. What drew you two together? Timothy looked at me. She makes me want to be better. Before I met Carolyn, faith was just something I tried on Sundays. Now it's becoming real. And you, Carolyn? Pastor Kyle asked me. He's patient with my questions. I grew up in church but never really understood the grace or love of Christ until Timothy showed me what it looks like. Pastor Kyle leaned back. You both came to Christ as adults. That's a beautiful thing, but it also means you're still learning, still building new patterns. There may be times you fail. The question is, will you extend grace and forgiveness to each other the way Christ extends it to you? Yes, we said together. Back then, I believed it completely. That Friday, Timothy picked me up for dinner. Guess what? Greg got promoted. Big celebration next week at that sports bar. The one with the loud music and terrible wings? He laughed. That's the one. We should go, support him. Definitely. What day? I asked, scrolling through my appointment app on my phone. Friday, 6 o'clock. Happy I had it off, I said. I'll be there. But that Friday afternoon, my boss called me in with bad news. The grant has errors, needs resubmission by midnight. My heart fell with disappointment. Tonight? Yes, this is critical. I texted Timothy. Work emergency. Can't make Greg's party. So sorry. No worries. I'll just stop by quick, then come to your place after. Love you. Greg texted back. Love you too. Be safe. That text haunts me now.
3 months after Timothy's confession, I still couldn't eat. Lost 6 pounds. Couldn't focus at work. Rachel met me for coffee, took one look at my face. What happened? I told her all of it. Oh, honey, she grabbed my hand. What are you going to do? I don't know. He seems genuinely confused, scared. But what if something did happen? Do you think he's lying? She countered. No, but what if he's lying to himself? What if he remembers more than he's saying? I looked away. Have you prayed about it? She asked gently. I laughed bitterly. I've done nothing but pray. God's not answering. Maybe he's waiting for you to get quiet enough to hear, she said. That night my phone rang. Unknown number. Hello? Carolyn? This is Felicia Cruz from Greg's party. I stiffened. What do you want? I need to talk to you about Timothy. I gripped the phone and closed my eyes tight. He said nothing happened. That's not exactly true. Her voice was calm, too calm. Look, I didn't call to cause drama, but I'm pregnant and Timothy is the father. I stared at the phone before responding. You're lying. I'm 3 months. That would be right around Greg's party. He doesn't remember anything from that night. The word sounded weak and I hated it. I know. He was really drunk, but I'm sorry. I thought you should know. She hung up. I ran to the bathroom, threw up until there was nothing left. Timothy arrived 30 minutes later. I'd called him, barely able to speak. What's wrong? What happened? Felicia called. She says she's pregnant, says you're the father. Every ounce of color drained from his face. He sat down hard. No, that can't be right. 3 months, right around the party. I wrapped my arms around my waist while moving in a tight circle. Carolyn, I swear to you, I don't remember anything happening. She said nothing happened. Well, now she's saying something different, I yelled. He put his head in his hands. Oh God, what did I do? I stood there, watching the man I loved fall apart. And I felt nothing, just emptiness. You need to leave. Please, let's figure this out together. There's nothing to figure out. If that baby is yours, everything's already decided. What does that mean? He looked at me. It means I'm not raising your affair baby, Timothy. I'm not playing stepmother to your mistake. It wasn't an affair. I don't even remember. It doesn't matter what you remember. The result is the same." He stood, walked to the door, turned back and said, "I love you. That hasn't changed." "Everything's changed," I said, heartbreaking. After he left, I called Pastor Kyle. "She says she's pregnant," I told him. 3 months. Long silence. "Come to my office tomorrow morning. Bring Timothy."
Pastor Kyle sat across from us. His face was serious. "Timothy, walk me through that night again. Everything you remember." I got there around 6. Greg was with his girlfriend Nicole and some of her friends. One was Felicia. "Had you met her before?" Pastor Kyle asked. "Never. Nicole introduced us, said Felicia just moved here." "Then what?" Pastor waved for him to continue. "We all talked. Someone handed me a beer for the toast. I took a few sips. Then someone else brought shots," Timothy said, glancing at me. "Did you take a shot?" Pastor asked. "Yeah, just one, to Greg's promotion." "What happened after?" Timothy rubbed his face. "It gets fuzzy. I remember feeling really lightheaded, saw double, problems walking really fast, like way more than one shot she hit, then nothing until I woke up on her couch." Pastor Kyle leaned forward. "When you woke up, where was Felicia?" "Kitchen, making coffee. She seemed normal, said I'd gotten too drunk to drive, so she helped me to her place." "Did she explain how you got there?" "She said I could barely walk and she called an Uber." "And you believed her?" Timothy looked miserable. "I didn't know what else to think. I felt awful, ashamed. I just wanted to leave." Pastor Kyle turned to me. "When Felicia called you, what exactly did she say?" "That she's pregnant, 3 months, that Timothy's the father." The words still tasted bitter in my mouth. "Did she ask for anything?" Pastor asked. I thought back. Not directly, but she mentioned needing money for prenatal care. Pastor Kyle's expression darkened. "This doesn't add up." "What do you mean?" Timothy asked. "If she's really 3 months pregnant, she got pregnant in late May or June. Greg's party was May 22nd. That's the right time frame." He pulled out a calendar. "But here's what bothers me. She waited 2 months to tell either of you. Why?" We sat in silence. "And another thing, Timothy, you said you woke up fully clothed on her couch, but she's now saying you slept together." "She didn't say that exactly, just that nothing happened." "But told Carolyn you're the father?" Pastor Kyle shook his head. "Something is very wrong here. Before anything else, you need a paternity test." "She'll never agree." I said, "She doesn't have a choice. If she wants any support from Timothy, she needs to prove paternity." He looked at Timothy. "Get a lawyer today. Don't communicate with her except through legal channels." Timothy hired a lawyer Monday morning, sent Felicia a formal letter requesting a paternity test. She exploded, called him screaming, said he was calling her a liar, that she'd see him in court. Then she made a mistake. "Our baby is coming February 12th, she yelled. "You think I can't prove this baby is yours?" Timothy's lawyer caught it immediately. "February? But the party was May 22nd. That would make you almost 5 months pregnant, not 3. Silence on the other end. "Felicia, when did you actually get pregnant?" he asked. She hung up. The lawyer called Timothy. "She's lying. The timeline doesn't work. If she's due in February, she got pregnant in late April or May, before she even met you." Timothy came to my apartment, showed me the lawyer's notes. "It's not mine," he said, his voice hesitant. "It can't be." I stared at the dates. Relief and rage warred inside me. "The lawyer thinks she targeted me, saw someone responsible, someone who'd pay, someone decent, might have drugged me. 1 shot shouldn't have made me black out like that," he said. Heart racing, I looked at him. He sighed. I still made choices. I drank, didn't leave when I felt off, should have called you to pick me up, he admitted. My heart clenched at the sadness in his voice. Those things you did do, but she set you up to take the fall for something you did not do. He took my hand, stroked the ring on my finger. I'm so sorry for all of it, for putting myself in that situation, for not recognizing the danger. I allowed him to hug me, my cheek resting on his chest. I know, baby. Hurts like fire thinking someone else would have your mini-me running around, mess with my mind, I whispered. I know, he said. I was so angry at you for getting drunk, for not reaching out to me, for waking up at her place. My voice cracked. I waited, Timothy. I said no so many times we weakened, and you... I know. His voice cracked. But here's what I realized. Jesus forgave me when I messed up. Things at work, things with my family haven't been what they need to be. When I made our relationship more important than my relationship with him. I tried to control everything instead of trusting him. I swallowed hard. If he can forgive that, how can I not forgive you? He leaned back and met my gaze. I love you, Carolyn. Only you. I am sorry for causing you pain. Your forgiveness means everything. Thank you. He brushed a kiss across my lips. I'm not finished. I took a deep breath. I love you too and still want to marry you. Tears filled my eyes but didn't fall as I watched his face light up before his forehead dropped to mine. Carolyn, are you sure? After everything, he whispered against my hair. Eyes closed, I absorbed the shaking of his arms around me. No, I'm not sure. I'm terrified. I laughed through tears. But faith isn't about being sure. It's about trusting Jesus even when nothing makes sense. 2 weeks later, Cassidy stopped me after Bible study. I heard you and Timothy are back together, planning the wedding again. We are. How? After what he put you through? I chose my words carefully. He made a mistake, a big one, but he was honest, broken, and genuinely repentant, and I realized that if I withheld forgiveness, I was saying Jesus' grace isn't enough. But what about trust? We're rebuilding it day by day with counseling, accountability, and a lot of prayer. I squeezed her arm. Forgiveness doesn't mean pretending nothing happened. It means choosing to move forward despite what happened. She nodded slowly. I wish I was that strong. I'm not strong. Jesus is. I'm just holding on to him. Our story isn't perfect. It's messy, painful, and broken. But Jesus specializes in redeeming broken people, and I'm one of them.